recently now, and I've been having some wins, and like someone would just put something like, oh, you know, if she was there and stuff. Yeah, I know. If she was there, it would be great, you know? So it's like every good thing that happens.
Yeah, you definitely see it that way. But when I saw your message, your what do you call it, when someone had commented that and you're like, yeah, of course, like, I don't understand why sometimes people can't exercise emotional intelligence of like, just think it. Obviously Lydia is also thinking it at that time. It's like, wow, I would love if she was here. It would be amazing if she was here. You know. Hi guys, Murugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM,
and we're back again with the last episode of 2025 of
The Messy In Between. It's definitely TMI.
Don't start crying now.
No. I'm not going to cry.
You're not going to cry?
I don't know.
But even
I can't promise anything.
That's it. Actually, this is a safe space and you can cry. It's a safe-ish space.
Safe adjacent.
Definitely close to somewhere near safe, yeah. But anyway, guys, welcome to this episode. Wow. We are so excited. I wonder what episode were we at the beginning of this year that now we are at episode 204. No, 203.
Quick.
Beginning of this year, January.
5K to the first person who said it.
Manager.
Come on, 5K. Murugi's got 5K for you.
Which Murugi? Which Murugi? But I'm pretty sure, okay, if there's 52 weeks in a...
Stop, because we have skipped quite a bit.
Right, but I would say somewhere between 40 and 50 episodes have been shot this year. That's what I would say. Yes. I would say somewhere between 40 and 50 episodes.
I agree.
That is not easy. I can definitely say that has not been easy.
Yeah, I think we put out more than most podcasts even doing like
the entire lifetime of a podcast. Yeah.
That's a lot of content.
Definitely.
And funny enough, because of the ups and downs of TMI, it hasn't felt like as relentless as it usually has. But now coming to the end of the year, it feels like, listen, pack your bags, wrap it up, okay?
But how in the first 2 years were we able to do it without a break? That's what I wonder. Because remember, until Wamboi came into our lives, we had done it without a break. But even December, even Christmas, we were having episodes Christmas week. Hey, Lydia even knew sometimes.
Was posting Christmas Day.
Literally. Somebody's in shock. She's like, yeah, I had traveled, but let me check if the producer... That time she was probably cussing you under her breath.
We thank God you love the Lord because that has held you. That has held you
really
here. Thank you so much, guys. You know, sometimes it's like the way that you're living feels very normal to you until you live a different way. Yeah. And I think that has been fully the way that I've been seeing things.
Absolutely.
Even when we hear other podcasts and it's like how they've set things up so that they're able to have breaks and rest and whatever. I'm like, so it's possible.
It is possible. But for me, what I find difficult is like, how do I say this in a really good way? But it's difficult for me to benchmark with
everyone else
everyone else, especially when I feel like, no, the reason we've gotten to where we have gotten to and we've been able to achieve and do the things we are able to do is because we operate differently. Yeah. And that might be, it's a good thing sometimes, definitely, because I feel like we demonstrate a work ethic that you don't see often with creators and influencers sometimes, like worldwide, not just like in Kenya. Yeah. So I feel like that extra work ethic, that extra something that makes us push through, makes us different also, that enables us to, you know, reach, like, have the impact that we have and also make the money that we have the partnerships that we have and that kind of thing. But that doesn't mean that obviously we can't borrow really positive elements from other podcasts, even if they're not necessarily where we want to be.
I completely agree. It's like, I don't think TMI can be like other people, but when I see elements that I feel like would actually make us better, because what ended up happening when we first had the first break, it was unfathomable. Yeah, and we used to tell ourselves that also that was part of our success. Exactly. But when we did take a break for Christmas, oh, look at that.
Right?
Nothing happened.
And no, in fact, something did happen. It was better when we came back.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, it's I do believe that work ethic is great. Yeah. But sometimes I also think that
some things never change. 4 years in, 4 years, 200 episodes, 150,000 subscribers.
Sometimes we can be strategic as well about how we can incorporate more rest and things like that. But God is so good. If we have managed to keep doing TMI this year,
God is so good.
Ain't no, guys, this is it.
Ooh-wee.
This is it.
Yeah, no, it's been fantastic. It really has been amazing. And thank you guys for continuing to ride with us. Whether this is the first episode you're watching or you've literally watched all 200, we love you. We appreciate you. We are so glad that you're here.
Thank you
We
so
would love
much.
it if you can end the year having subscribed to our podcast, because it just would mean the world to us. It helps us with
Christmas
our
gift.
numbers. Honestly, a Christmas gift to us. If you want to send money, you can also send money. But in the event you don't send money, just subscribe. For us, that literally means the same thing, because it does actually put more money in our pockets, like literally. It quite literally does put more money in our pockets. So we would really appreciate if you can do that. Make sure you're following us on our social media handles, TMI Podcast KE, everywhere, Lydia KM Murugi Munyi, especially now when we are entering our break season. If you still want to see us and engage with our content, we'll still be posting on TMI Instagram page. We'll probably still be posting on our TikTok page as well. So if you want to still just keep in touch, please go and check us out there. We might even do a sneaky IG live or something, you know, kind of things.
Don't
just
hold
like
her to that though.
Definitely don't.
Lies is what she does. She
but
told
in the last
me.
episode, I said there was a giveaway post. Wasn't there a giveaway post? There was. Thank you.
Let me show you how she's lied. Guys, so Murugi has been asking me since the last shoot, come with in red, because she wants to do a Christmassy episode, like at end of the year. We have a bit of a touch of a red to kind of, you know, commemorate Christmas energy. She reminded me the first time she told me. She's reminded me the last shoot day. She reminded me the content shoot day. Today when we were shooting that other episode, she told me, I hope you've come with the red, as I said.
Don't say it like that. You know, that's my voice. That's the way my voice is.
That was the exact tone. Then she came out in this, guys.
Okay, let me just explain a couple of things. What you're saying, that's my tone of talking generally. That's just the way that I talk. It sounds forceful, but really it's more from a place of love. And you know that, it's just like love and concern. Secondly, you can see my nails are red. Thirdly, guys, this was for an ad. And when they sent the picture, by the way, I hadn't even taken these dresses out of the bag until today. When they sent the picture, I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect for shoot day because I have a brown one, then a red one. It's slightly less red than what I would have liked, but I definitely feel like if up close, if they can just zoom in here, Mr. Editor, you can just zoom in, you can just see these like hints distantly of a cousin of red for sure.
It's the fact that today you asked me about the red. The other times I forgive you.
I was confident that it was red. I was very confident.
This morning, this happened to be also a happy coincidence that this was red.
Exactly. In fact, as I was asking, the reason I was asking so forcefully is because I was waiting for you to tell me, oh, no, Joe, I forgot. But I was surprised when you said that, in fact, you're in red. Yeah.
It's and giving like, this is how I'm going to go for Christmas.
You see? And sometimes in relationships, they say it's not 50-50. It's like sometimes someone is 70, the other one is 30. Sometimes someone is
a liar. Sometimes someone is...
Yeah. And sometimes we just like have to meet each other halfway.
Whatever. How would you say...
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, baby. We've done it. Another year doing it.
And we are still together.
And we're still together. For real.
Wow.
Guys, how would you categorize your year? More highs or more lows? What would you say?
For me, more highs.
More highs.
Yeah.
I would say, first of all, I did not think that I would even have another high. As soon as she died, I was like, oh, that's done. So we'll talk about things there that... But I've had some highs. It's just like the lows were the worst lows of life. But I've had some highs.
Ain't God good? Yeah, God is so good. And your highs have come like a lot towards the end of the year. Almost like now the universe was like, we need to pull her up.
Give her something.
Pull her up, please.
Give her something.
Yeah, I also feel like when I was thinking about this, I realized that there's different kinds of people. I feel like there's people who tend to focus. You just focus a lot of your life on the highs. So even if there are lows, you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on the highs. Then there are people who are really taken out by their lows. And then sometimes it can be you had one low and you had 10 highs. But because the low was so low, you're not even able to appreciate the highs. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the best kind of adult is one who's able to be able to like appreciate both. Exactly, make room for both of them, because the reality is that there will definitely continue to be highs and there will definitely continue to be lows.
Yeah,
that's
I would say is that the lows were the lows of my life, as in ever.
Right. Whereas
So the
highs
are high, but I don't even want to look at it from that perspective.
Right.
I just feel grateful that God has been faithful enough that I'm ending this year with something positive to say.
Yeah.
Because I did not think I would. I did not think I would. So anyway, this is what today's episode is going to be about. And I think it's good to, as we are talking, you kind of measure the weight of the highs, the weight of the low, go through your gallery, because you might have missed some things that really brought you so much joy, or maybe some things that were a bit difficult.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about our highs and our lows and some of our favorite moments with TMI.
Yeah. I would say if I took an aggregate, I would say that it's been an amazing year for me. I would say it's been an amazing year. Lots of positive things happening. Some weighty negative things, but like mostly I would say it has been a really positive year. Like if I look at back as a whole, I feel like I'll remember 2025 positively.
Yeah. I think I'll remember a dark cloud in like the big middle, but I'll remember some elements, some highs.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going down as like this write-off of a year.
Right.
And to be honest, I do know that God is so faithful because He gave me the strength, but I have dug in to make this year something. I've dug in, man. Where?
Hey,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, lead. Whether you are a walking testimony of God's goodness, I would say.
Yeah, but you've got to dig. God is there for sure, but He's not going to come and get you out of that bed to get you to feel better. Even like two of my favorite highs were the marathon and school. All those were voluntary. Those are things I decided to do myself,
exactly.
like to bring myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So God is there for sure, and He loves us, and He's going to give you strength, but there's a digging that's only yours.
Yeah. You need to be able to like utilize those. Yeah. And then of course we have some TMI, like memorable moments of TMI. Should we do those first or we do those last?
I think that we can just go. So the way I've divided is highs, lows, TMI.
Even
so maybe
me
go down like that.
Okay, fine. So high. Okay, mine. I was lows, highs, TMI. Okay, so highs. Are we giving one? Am I just go
two.
through? Okay, fine. So some of my highs this year are I started a new business that I love so much.
We all love so much.
I literally cannot imagine that this time last year I had not even thought about Lip Tribe, and then I randomly thought about it at the beginning of the year, and then I executed, and now it's like a business that exists, that employs people and makes money, and is a huge part of my life. Yeah.
What were we doing?
Where
was I getting lip glosses?
That's it. It's like
really. Where was I getting?
I actually, I don't even, and I think it's towards the end of last year that I started really getting into lip products. You know, Lydia, you're always saying we have very addictive personalities. Like you like something and then, mostly me. Once I like something, now I love it. Now I obsess over it, and I have like, you know, I'm like that with Apple products as well. It's like, it's not enough to just have, I need to have the latest one, and it has to be the best one. And it has to be like, I tend to get obsessive like that, but like, guess what? It could be drugs. And it's not drugs.
Let me tell you.
It's not drugs.
And we thank God.
Thank you. Yeah. So I really started loving lip products. And then at some point I just thought to myself, it's like, there are so many that I want to try that I just can't find here. And I'm like, if I'm having that problem, you know, most businesses are born like that. It's like, if you're having a problem, it's like, other people must also be having the same problem. And I'm so glad that I followed that instinct because I started the business and now it exists. It's called the Lip Tribe, in case you haven't heard of it or you haven't shopped it. Obviously, you're putting the Instagram page screenshot here and all the different things
we get
lovely
from them.
We're such good editors.
I love it.
Except that we don't actually edit. I think what we imagine is possible in our minds.
It's always
just throw them here. Exactly. Anyway, I love that business so much. It is it's like a financially viable business. The margins are good. We make good sales. It like brings me so much joy and I love it. I'm really happy about it.
I can tell you everything you said about Lip Tribe is 100% true in the way that it makes you feel. You can tell it's something that makes you feel so alive and so joyful, and the content comes so easy for you. So I'm so happy for you. And as a customer, because literally I don't know where I was getting lip products. It's literally I don't know. So now it's like I know. So that's it. That's it. You've solved a problem for all of us as well.
Thank you. I'm so glad.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you, baby. And thank you for being such a support system. Like you've been so supportive. That's a love language, guys. That is
Always.
truly a love language.
And
You've
it's
always been
a
so
love language for you
supportive.
to create businesses that I easily like. I love to lip tribe. It's just, it makes sense.
Every time I
It
come
makes
with a new lip gloss here, she's like, which is this one? Okay, I'll order.
Done.
The next day I see on the group, Lydia
Yeah.
KM, deliver to her CG, what.
And by
I'm
the
like,
way,
oh.
they have these like CEO faves.
Yeah.
If I put you on now, it's done.
You're
because
done. Your wallet
everything
finished.
from there
Yeah.
always makes so much sense.
Exactly.
I love them. And
Zach,
you introduced me for so many.
I'm glad. Zach actually cannot believe that someone spends 5,000 shillings on a lip balm or a lip gloss. I'm like, yeah, if you don't get it, you don't get it. He's like, 5,000. Sometimes he even holds it and he's like, explain. Explain. I'm like, no, if you're a woman, you just don't get it. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So I'm happy about that.
Congratulations on that one. No, do another one.
I do another one. Okay, that was a really big one. This year was my year of travel. I traveled a lot this year, and I love the fact that I got to travel. A lot of it was thanks to my man, because he's doing this course that had him going to different parts of the country. So did you hear that?
Yeah, someone is singing.
It is Brianna. I know.
Brie.
It's coming from Brianna in the kitchen. Yeah, so got to go to Spain, got to go to South Africa. We got to do Rwanda. Yeah. We did Dubai. Where else? Even some local travel. Yeah, exactly. Maybe Joburg. As you're watching this, I'm probably there now, now, because Lydia said I should go. Yeah,
no, I didn't know, guys.
Didn't you? Yeah, anyway, I'm so glad that I was able to travel. I feel like because of several things, have I been able to travel this year in particular? One, my kids are older.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes,
I knew you were going to say that.
Like, I feel so happy leaving them. Also, I have the best nanny in the world. In case I've never said it here, I love that woman so much. Really? Her name is Olive, and she's just, having the right support system at home enables you to live your life the way you want to live your life. Like, I just know she loves them so much. She takes care of them so well. Yeah. She cooks amazing. Like, she's also very tuned on to things. She's proactive. She's just amazing, an amazing support system. And then, of course, I have my sisters, I have my family. So yeah, travel has been great. And it's just been amazing. I'm looking forward to doing more of it next year. Yeah.
Travel is a thing.
Travel
is a thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah, we travel differently.
For sure.
It's clear we travel differently.
How do you travel?
We just travel differently. Like, the things that you end up loving, I'm just like...
Shopping.
Good night. That's the last thing.
I have to shop literally daily. Shopping is the highlight for me when I travel. That's number one.
I can't even imagine that's even serious.
So what are you traveling for? What are you doing?
To buy things.
Yeah, but fun, nice things that I can't access here.
Fair.
You see, yeah.
Fair. Maybe I have more access, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess
I get it. My highlight is seeing places and doing activities. So guys, this is why we've never gone anywhere together.
Although
this is really
I'm getting more into activities.
You are?
Yeah, but it's not, it's like
which time
riding a bike through Barcelona.
Okay, cute. I would do that.
See, yeah, that's fun. What else they do there? I love doing museums and seeing stuff in museums. I like that. History related things, like in Barcelona I did the aquarium. Would you like the aquarium?
I would do an aquarium.
Right. Would you like the sex museum? Erotic museum. Exactly. So it's so for me it needs to be equal parts shopping and activities. It cannot be at 80 or 90% activities, then now 10% shopping.
Let me tell you, shopping is even sometimes something I forget.
You piss me off, man.
Yeah. But you've been taking us along on all these. Where have I never been? I've never been to Spain.
Right.
So that was a really wonderful experience to see what Spain is like. It looked like Paris or London,
I would imagine it's kind of like Europe, Europe vibes.
The same, So because if you follow Murugi, it's like
we are there together. All of us were there.
Even what you think you can't see, you don't need to see. It's there, and it's important.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I just sit and I just watch.
Maybe when I go to Joburg, I'll just log off. Maybe I'll just take the time off social media and just spend time with my husband and alone.
Couldn't
with myself.
For you to go somewhere and you don't share it, I would like to see.
Also, by the way, doing that has opened up so many opportunities for me. Sharing my travel when I travel. It's it almost I don't know. I feel like it positions you differently when you share content when you don't have to share content. I don't know if that makes sense. It's I can be right now. You can think of me as a mom influencer, but if someone also said travel influencer, you could be like, yeah, when Moruki travels, she does share a lot. So in my mind, I'm like, people can see me differently, or like brands can see me differently. Do you know what I mean?
I definitely, I actually feel like that's how I became part of traveling, travel content creation. Actually, it's like that you go on holiday, but you don't really need to post, but then you post, and then now it becomes
that's the thing. Especially when you've paid for the trip yourself. So it's like, you don't need to post anything, but you did. And it's like, wow, this is so nice. We can see what can happen there. Imagine how many brands can plug into that.
I totally see it. I feel like I'd like to do less of that, especially when I don't have like any work obligations, only because I'm like, will I ever travel and just travel?
I don't know. That's why I've told you in Joburg. Maybe I'll travel and just travel.
Yeah. If you once one of us actually does it, that's it. The president said, no, this has been your travel year. This has not been my travel year at all.
But I feel like in your last few trips, the ones you've done to the coast, you've kind of been in that in between of like, like you're sharing, but you're not sharing like so much, which I feel like that's a good place to be. I need to first of all just get to there. I just need to arrive halfway.
But do you know what, Morugi? Do you?
Yeah, I do. Especially because I feel like maybe I would enjoy a trip more. You see, because it's like I do enjoy, but like maybe I would enjoy it more if I'm not waking. You know, like when you've created content the day before and now you've woken up, before you start your activities for the day, you're already thinking, I need to recap this last one.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah, sometimes I do. And then I'm like, I don't want now to be overwhelmed with how much I need to recap.
Need and nobody even knows.
That's it. Exactly. No one even knows.
But we said the trick more on the page content,
less
so that
stories,
it gives you room. Ebu, name the countries again. The place you went.
Rwanda, Dubai, Spain, Cape Town.
Okay, cute. Huh?
Yeah.
And then there was like some other local ones though. You did. Okay, you did. Yeah, that was your passport. Yes, this is good. This is a great year.
It's really nice.
Yeah, this is a great year. Not so much for myself.
I see.
But I do have highs. No, I do have highs.
Give us some.
So one of the highs I would say is I met someone who I really was happy and I wanted to be with. Like that felt good to actually like someone deeply and be in a relationship. Hold on for the lows as well. So don't get too excited over there. So that was a high because I'm going through the year.
That was also a high for me, can I just say? I feel like maybe I don't say it enough, but I do spend time sometimes fantasizing about what it'll be like when you meet someone and then now you're in a relationship and now you're getting married and now you have these kids and whatnot. Maybe even an unhealthy amount of time I spend, which is why sometimes when Lid asks me something like, yeah, but Joe, what if I don't meet someone and I don't have kids? That's not a reality.
Her own dreams.
It's not a reality that exists in my mind. Me, in my mind, it's just like, it's just a matter of time. I don't know how I would deal with that situation if like now it doesn't. Actually, I don't think I would ever, even if we're in our 60s, I would probably still be holding on and just like, I know she's about to meet the love of her life. Yeah. So when that happened, I was really happy. And that's why I fought for that relationship so much.
I love that.
Because I was like, I just know that. I just know.
Yeah. It felt really good. It felt really good I felt really sure of him. So I felt this kind of feeling of just kind of like, okay, it's made sense because as you said, he was really great on paper. Really good. Yeah. So starting the year like that, because we got together the December now before. So starting now the year was just like, and if you so famously remember me, you should actually put this clip there. I said that 2025 is going to be the best year yet. I feel like this is going to be one of the best years of my life.
Yeah.
I just feel it.
I feel it for you too.
I feel it so much. I feel like I know myself really, really well. Yeah. And I just want to kind of go for it. Yeah. Whatever it is, I just want to go for it. So I'm really excited for that.
I love that.
March, you just wait. No. Even February. Then the second win I would say is Kigali. Kigali was a trip that we went. Me, Joe, Angie, Material Girl.
Nyonyozi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was such a good, fun girls trip because it was like everyone bought their own ticket for John Legend. And then when we realized we were all going, then we put it together as opposed to planning everything together, which would have been like way too much. Even when we were trying to do the hotels, I was just like, if we were doing everything together, I would have just lost my mind. So it ended up being a really fun trip. It was grown. I learned a lot on that trip because this is when I was going the back and forth of like I was feeling misalignment in my own relationship. I knew after that something is
right?
wrong.
Actually,
That
I
was-
loved that trip because it was my first ever girls trip.
Yeah.
I never done a girls trip. I've done one with my sisters, but I don't know. That was a sister's trip. This was my first ever girls trip, and it was like, wow. So you can have fun on trips with, like, not your man.
Yeah.
Because, you know, for me, it's just like, it's my man.
Yeah.
It's the one I'm going on holidays with, you know?
Sense, yeah.
So that was really nice. I thought it was really lovely.
I thought it was really, really fun. It was a very good trip.
It really was.
Yeah. Those are 2 highs.
Oh, those are 2 highs already. Wow. You are going in order down like this through the year. Okay. Another high for me is losing weight. This is actually my biggest high of this year. Actually, I was looking at what do you call it? A snippet from like January this year, and then our most recent snippet, and I was like, 2 very different people. I'll put a picture here and a picture here. Is this, or the editor will put the picture here and the picture here.
Is this the Nini? Is this, when did you say that this is your last fat year?
Last year.
Okay, but you were started to lose weight.
Yeah, exactly.
Then.
I did. Yeah, yeah. So I made a huge, like, I actually got to my goal weight this year, which I've always been saying 75 is my goal weight. And I've been aiming for that for like the past, I don't know, since I guess Tana was born or whatever. And this year I actually got to it. I feel incredible. I feel so proud of myself. I feel like a different person. Like I'm meeting myself anew. I am experiencing myself anew. And that's having some very interesting impact on like my friendships and my relationships, but in a interesting way.
Interesting. Why?
Yeah.
How is it interesting in your friendships?
I feel like, okay, depending on like who so I've noticed in my friendships, there are some friends who I'm just like, I can tell this person is really cheering me on, you know, and really encouraging me. And there are others which have been kind of neutral, you know, kind of like not really saying anything about it or recognizing what a big deal it is in the, like in my life, but which also is not entirely on them, because you see, to you, because I've talked to you so much, and you've been like in the inner circle of what it's meant for me to be overweight and trying to lose the weight, and how much my weight has impacted my self as a person or whatever. So for you, obviously, it's like whenever you mention, it's like, yeah, you know what a big deal this is. But like people, especially because many of my friendships have been like, I've met them in the past couple of years. Like it's not like they've known me that long. It's kind of like not a thing. But sometimes I wish it was more of a thing. Do you know what I mean?
But I feel like, Joe, anybody who has even followed you for 30 minutes knows
20 to 30 minutes.
This has been your Everest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you can tell them though.
I can, definitely I can. But and again, you know, I have stuff with like even just the being complimented or whatever. Yeah. So it's like both sides. Yeah.
Because when I compliment her, when I do compliment her, it's like tough crowd.
And that's what I'm saying exactly. So it's like both sides, it's kind of like it's taking some getting used to. You want to be
celebrated.
That's the thing, and which I feel like I have been celebrated, but at the same time it's like it needs to be a light celebration, you know, maybe like just mentioning in passing, you know, kind of like.
I'm working on that.
Yeah,
I've
and I think you're doing good.
Doing it.
Exactly. In my relationship, it's taking some getting used to. Also, Zach feels like, he says that he feels like I'm literally a different person. Like,
which you are.
Exactly. And which I get it. You know, it's just kind of like the dynamics are different. You know, the dynamics are different. The dynamics are different when you're in a bigger body versus when you're in a smaller body. But what I would say is that I'm more confident, and that really means the world to me. Yeah.
Without having to make you uncomfortable. It has been the most amazing thing to see you feel this confident and comfortable in your own body.
Thank you.
You know, your value to me doesn't shift at all. Like nothing really changes.
I know.
But seeing the light behind your eyes, the way you feel about yourself, the way you're dressing, how you're operating, just more confidence. You know, one, it's made me appreciate that there's like a way you've been existing, or maybe the way the world is to people who are in bigger bodies, that I never knew the toll it might have been taking on you, because I couldn't comprehend. And also you probably couldn't see the weight of it until you got onto a smaller body, you know? And so I I do empathize about like maybe what you faced before, but I'm really happy and proud of you that you're here. It's unbelievable. You know, I'm looking at you and I'm trying to imagine, wait, how does she used to look like?
Yeah. Actually, it's only now when I see the pictures that I'm just like, wow, that is a huge difference. But if I show you now, you probably won't even remember seeing me or thinking at that time, because it was just the way that I was. Just like it's the way that I am right now. Another interesting thing about losing weight is that I feel like the energy of like haters online has really changed, because before, anytime I would trend about anything, the first comment would always be like, you're fat all the time. Now it's kind of different. Now they hate about different things. But I'm like, wow, it must be a change for them as well. Someone check on my haters.
Yeah.
Someone check on my haters, because now it's just like,
yeah, now they can fix that one on something else.
Exactly.
That's actually that's the thing of like existing without anything that sticks out.
Right.
So you're now
just so normal. You normal person.
Oh God, your ears. Oh, look at this bitch. She's, you've got to look around, and a lot of times it's going to be a projection of something to do with them, because you're kind of generally neutral-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing.
Yeah. Now I'm seeing it as a great thing, but for a long time I used to just be like, okay, so you're just like a door. You know what I mean? It's like, who sees a door?
No, yeah.
The door is just there.
It's just so interesting, because as someone who like grew up standing out for this one thing, I would have given anything to be just like, I'm not standing out. I'm just like there.
Yeah, I hear you. Now you're just there.
Now I'm just there. Yeah.
Got it.
Which is lovely. So yeah, that has been an amazing journey. It's still an ongoing journey, but it's been great. I love that I'm fitter. I love that I'm more comfortable and happy. I feel like it's made me a better partner, a better mom, a better sister. I just feel like I'm able to show up as more myself now that I feel like I'm more myself. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, you are a completely different person. It's amazing.
Okay, you go.
We're still on highs. Okay, my birthday celebration.
Your list is so long. Where are highs starting?
But mine are like smaller highs.
Okay, fine.
We look for the big highs. There's nothing. My birthday celebration. That was on the 8th. Unfortunately, that's the day that she went into hospital, but we didn't know it was going to be anything serious. So it was the best party I've ever had, period. There's no birthday that was that fun, that present, that joyful. And it was just, Ati? And you weren't there. Yeah. All elements of the things I love. It was as at my shows. It was outdoors. It was picnicky. There was fun and games. And my mom happened to be here, and she hasn't been at any of my birthdays since I relocated. Yeah. It was my friends. It was warm outside. It was colorful. The color was like rainbow colors. I think
even the pictures, like everything about that day. Yeah.
So joy. And listen, guess what the song was?
Pictures here.
Guess what the song was? Joy is coming. Lord, did we know?
Oh,
because literally, first of all, that week is when the breakup happened. That was, let me even say alone. Finding the person who I thought I was going to be with, that was also alone. And my birthday that year was horrible because he didn't do anything. He didn't even call me that day. Guess who was my date?
I was her date. So I personally wasn't like, I was glad I got to spend your birthday evening with her.
Let me tell you, I understand that it's not always like somebody's available. Yeah, you're busy. A call? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
when he hates you?
Yeah. At that time, I feel like I was still fighting for it because remember he had this.
There was a lot going on.
But you know what?
Work.
Even Obama has a lot going on all the time. He was literally the president of the United States. You could call somebody.
A call, guys.
Yep.
Guys. That whole thing was completely stupid. Then now my birthday day on that Saturday is when it was my birthday. So that day was really, really fun. But that was the day she went into hospital. So my highs and lows are really mixed in, guys.
They're really quite mixed.
They're really mixed in. But it was the best birthday. I remember how happy I was. I felt there was something I felt that day that I don't know if I felt for a really, really long time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was really good. And thank God. Because God knew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where was I? Because what did I do for my birthday? Had I traveled or something? Or did I have a family?
This is not the year that Nani passed away, your sister's husband. Something happened that you couldn't make.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
That is crazy, but it must have been whatever. Anyway, I'm glad that I got to be with you on your birthday, on your actual birthday. Yeah,
you actually saved my birthday.
Damn, yeah. Oh, right. And then I was still fighting for the relationship. I was like, no, so much is happening. Maybe he.
No.
Another high from this year. My man got a new job.
Yes,
which is fantastic. He was really in need of a change, and he got that change. And I'm really, really glad that he was able to make that transition because he's happy. He's happy right now. And when you're in a marriage, literally whatever is going on with you is going on with us. Whatever is going on with me is going on with us.
Especially with men and their work.
Yeah. It was a lot, but he really had wanted to make this change, and I'm so glad that it came through for him. And it's meant better working hours, better money, more balanced work-life kind of like arrangement. Yeah, and I've been really, really happy about that.
Yeah.
It's made me so happy.
We've been praying. We
We
were
in prayer. We were fasting and praying without the fasting part.
Yeah, really, really praying. And I'm so happy for him. Where was I for the party? Was I invited to the party?
Yeah, you had gone
I
somewhere.
was away.
Yeah, you
right.
had traveled.
Okay, yeah, it looked like a really, really fun
Yeah,
party.
and I had
Congrats.
invited you. Remember? Then you spoke. You said. Remember, I sent you a message invite, and then you said
Oh,
something
right,
like,
I couldn't make.
you couldn't.
Yeah. Even though she knew I couldn't make, she still invited me.
I did.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Zach. Insert picture here.
Wow. So yeah, new job. Also, this was our first year in our new home, in the house that we live in right now. We moved like end of December, so like just before Christmas or just after Christmas. I think it was like the 26th or the 27th. So, and then we traveled. So when we came back, now is when we were like, okay, now we are in the new house, and it was like January. It was like January 3rd. So yeah, so then now it was like we started like the year in this new house, and that was really, really amazing. And we've really enjoyed living where we're living now. It's just a much more calm environment. It's really close to our kids' schools. It's big. There's a pool. It's like, it's comfortable. It's just, I absolutely love it so, so much. And yeah.
How often have I been there?
A number of times. Twice or so.
Okay, twice. That's an improvement.
That's it. Hello. And you know, now the holiday season is coming, so bet we're gonna have her over.
Another high. I traveled to go to an UNS event, like I'm a mad person, Gondwana in April. And that was the most fun I've had in a long time. So this was like, now she went into hospital, which was a low, but now like coming to like the end of March, it was like she was looking like a bit better. When I saw her, it was like, you know, it was looking like, okay, now we just need to just wait it out. Like the medication is going to start working and she's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And actually there's a holiday. I was supposed to go somewhere earlier and I was like, I can't because she wasn't that well. So then this came and I was like, oh, I can have a good time. I went alone, but then there was Nelly, who else was there? Trevor, a couple of us, Dilta. At the beach, an UNS event, 2 nights. Hey.
Sounds like hell.
It was, really? At the beach? Oh, you don't like being at the beach? The beach, UNS event, UNS music, it was... Wow, I wish I had taken my sister. That's the only regret. I wish Aggie could have been there because it was like a 10-10 experience. I'll never forget it. And that's where I guess the me, Delta, and Nanji trio was born.
I remember the video of like when you guys were sunrise or something like that at the beach and I'm like...
We stayed up on sunrise on a Monday.
You watch other people's things and you're just like, people are... How? What do you mean? Like, no, you didn't go to bed at 10 or 11. What do you mean?
We stayed up.
Yeah, no, but watching it, like, I could see you people having so much fun. Yeah. And I was like, I'm so glad that you had that.
Too much. Turned up. Fun.
I love that. That was great.
What's another one? Okay, another high was actually our Canon event. Do you remember our Canon event?
We have so many.
Okay. Well, this Canon event was after who died? Was after my shush died. After my shush died, Joe came with me, right? So we went and we saw her, and then we were going to see my dad. Then my dad came. My dad wasn't well, like, so having to deal with that at the hospital. I needed to get medication and all, like, it was messy. And she was there singing. I was like, that's it, we're married.
We're actually married.
I would never ever forget that. It was really, really messy. And do you know what? When she passed away, a lot of stuff came out about my dad, and people were speculating that he's not well. He wasn't. He wasn't well. My dad has bipolar, and that's something he lives with. But you see, the tricky thing with bipolar sometimes, actually not even necessarily bipolar, but with my dad is that it also combines with his alcoholism. So it's like those two things kind of exist at the same time. And so even sometimes you can't tell, like, which one it is, you know? And there is lots of resentment because you see that somebody can take care of themselves, but they don't want to take care of themselves. And so the dynamic with me and my dad is a sensitive one, and one that has a lot of complexities, you know? So I felt that it was unfair to be taking like moments, first of all, at She's funeral and trying to piece together what the dynamics were. And of course, constantly painting me and my mom as like these evil witches. And then everyone else seems to be like a very, poor them. And then it's us on this side. Whereas in fact, the truth of the dynamic is usually that we are the ones who are helping. We're the ones who are taking the majority of the burden in support.
Yeah.
But, again, it's more interesting to make it out that way. It's more interesting to say like, oh, how nasty and da-da-da, and we are mean and we are blah, blah, blah. And I guess Ag is a sweet angel and whatever. Whereas you don't know like just the stuff, and the frustration sometimes you get when you are caring for somebody where it's thankless, it's not appreciated, it's not they're not even helping half the time. And the idea is that when somebody's mentally ill, they're completely like they can't do anything. No,
which is not the
medication
truth.
is something that someone can do, like doing like working themselves to like support themselves so that they don't get ill. There's so many things that can happen. So I don't really care, as I told you guys, whatever story you want to create that's out of nastiness and without understanding the dynamics, have fun. It's funner to think about it like that. But the truth is far more, it would require empathy. And I know people struggle with empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would empathize with me, you would empathize with him, you'd empathize with my mom, but it's just easier to hate.
Yeah. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. Actually,
Around
it was
She's
horrible.
time.
Yeah. She even got off TikTok because of that.
Is it that I killed
and at that time, yeah.
Is it that I am a horrible daughter to my dad?
Yeah, it was crazy. I feel like the people who love you and support you and the people who follow TMI and who follow you and who they know who Lydia KM is, and you've spoken multiple times about the dynamics with your dad and whatnot, and even people have seen how much you've worked with She throughout this whole season and actually throughout your life, for anyone who has been watching your your channel or whatever. Those are not the people who are saying these mean, horrible, hateful things. The ones who are saying those things are the ones who they don't see influencers as real people. They don't. You're not a person. You're just a figure who exists. You're not like here. Kind of thing. And it's just like it's easy to just be like ha ha ha. They're not thinking about like, wow, this is someone who has lost someone. This is someone who could be sick. This is somebody who has died. This is somebody. It's just so. Sometimes it can be so heartless. And sometimes when I go on the internet, I'm just like, human beings are horrible. Yeah. Sometimes I'm just like, human beings are really, really horrible. And I know around that time, it was just like those comments and that narrative was so loud that it could start to feel like, oh my God, people are saying that. But actually, it's this percentage of people. It's just that they were so fucking loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was wondering, like, what about my existence can evoke this level of hate when I'm in pain? You know what I mean? Like the normal kind of hate is like, I completely understand, but in the worst season of my life, like this is the time.
Even when Shiro's boyfriend passed away, Charles Soda, think of all the things they went through. In fact, sometimes it's like when people perceive you to be like, you're up here, so you think that you're better than us, and they have a lot of that narrative to do with content creators and whatnot. When you're now down, that's when they'll want to kick you now to be proper down. Honestly, it's just like some human beings are just horrible.
It's true.
And it's difficult for me not to wish the same upon them when they are going through that kind of situation. But in reality, there's not much that we can do about that narrative. But I'm really sorry that you had to live through that.
Let me tell you, funny enough, I just know it was happening. Like I think you had told me about what some people are saying, and but it's not something I saw, because guess what, guys? Just before I went to Diani, because now after I came from Diani, the Gondwana, that is when she died. Like when I got back.
She got back.
Before I got back, I locked myself out of my TikTok. I don't know how I did it, but I couldn't even post because you saw I didn't have any content from Diani
on my TikTok
because I had locked myself out. I was like, I'll deal with it when I get back.
Yeah, God knew you didn't need to be on there. He knew you didn't need to be on there.
But there were some comments, like 2 or 3 comments which came on there. I think the first time I came back on Instagram, I think the first comment was like, I'm seeing what everyone is saying, and if it's true, I hope you die. You have a black heart.
What would somebody have to think they know about you to tell you, I hope you die, you have a black heart? Like... my God.
Yeah, but it taught me so much. It really, really taught me so much. So I guess a high I can say is that my dad went to rehab. Guess who was part of paying? Oh my God, the evil one. I know. And he seems to be doing his part to walk this walk, because if the addiction part like goes down, then everything else when it comes to his bipolar stabilizes a bit. And I will never tell you guys what it's like to care for somebody who has got a mental health issue and the process towards even acceptance. And now here it's a double whammy. There's addiction and then there's bipolar, and then you mix those two. I don't live close by him, my sister doesn't live here, my mom doesn't live here, so it's like there's so many things. Like, oh my God, around that time,
I know.
she died, then Shosh died, and then my dad getting sick around that time. I'm so surprised I didn't get sick myself.
And this is why when we tell you guys the fact that TMI has continued to shoot episodes and we're here at the end of the year, you people just clap for us, because it's crazy. Yeah, I don't even feel like you took enough time off, girl.
Oh my God. Like, actually, those couple of months with all of that going on.
It was really a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess the highlight, the lowest of low was obviously she.
Yeah.
And that changed me completely.
Did.
I'm glad I've documented, though. I'm glad there's the episode. I could see there was no light in my eye. I could see how much pain I was in. And when I look back, I see God's goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. This year, by the way, I felt closer to God than any other year ever, because there's no other power that could have gotten me out of that.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. You know, the things that happen to you are just like, for sure God is here. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there was a level of sadness that you are sad that I was just like, I don't know if Lydia will ever be happy again in her life. Yeah.
Same. I thought so too, but it's changed me. And I was thinking, she has always been my helper and I hers. And that's how we kind of defined each other. And what I realized is that even in her death, some of the person who needed to kind of be excavated out of like some of my fears and woes and walking and playing smallish.
Yeah.
Even that, it was she who helped, even in her death.
Yeah.
Even in her death, there's so many ways that she is having a hand on my growth, on who I become, on the way my life looks like. She's still here, impacting me in a really, really serious way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we are with grief. Now we are this Saturday, or by the time you're watching that, it's now 7 months. The first 5, the worst.
Yeah.
The very worst.
And the 6th was the climax of worst because
the 6th, and it was also her birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know, for some reason, it doesn't even feel like it's been that much time that has passed, but also at the same time, it feels like, wow, so much time has passed.
It does. Yeah, that was definitely the Everest. Sometimes I can't believe she died still, but I know she died now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know she died now.
Actually, even me, sometimes it's like, it escapes my mind that happened. But I feel like our minds do that as like a coping mechanism for day-to-day life. Because if you wake up and the first thing you remember is that, oh, by the way, here we are in life and she's not here, that can be really difficult, a really difficult and painful reality, even though it is reality.
I still cry, and I'll have like a random cry and just the disbelief and the unfairness of it all. You know what I mean? Oh, dear.
Yeah. Tissue.
Yeah, the unfairness of it all. Like, how could she die? You know what I mean? Yeah, I still feel that. Or like when I have really happy moments, there's sometimes recently now, and I've been having some wins, and like someone would just put something like, oh, you know, if she was there and stuff. Yeah, I know. If she was there, it would be great, you know? So it's like every good thing that happens.
Yeah, you definitely see it that way. Even with what do you call it? The marathon and the whatever, yeah. But when I saw your message, your what do you call it? When someone had commented that and you were like, yeah, of course. Like, I don't understand why sometimes people can't exercise emotional intelligence of like, just think it. Obviously, Lydia is also thinking it. At that time, it's like, wow, I would love if she was here. It would be amazing if she was here. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. So it's always I'm gonna grieve her for the rest of my life, but we are somewhere where the grief doesn't occupy all of my heart. And that's God. That's God's grace. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're now able to, like you're able to experience the full joy of things without it being that, you know how like sometimes after something big like that happens, it's like you experience the joy of something, but it's like a dulled down joy. So you're not feeling like the full joy of something because you're thinking, okay, fine, but it would have been better if.
It's always going to be, it would have been better if, but that's not my first though. It's not even my second or my third or my fourth.
Right.
I actually, what I when I thought I wish she would have been there, or I started thinking about things from the perspective of grief now from the marathon, was I think when I did my family video, I knew she would have been there. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
I guess the grief is just something that you just learn to. It lives alongside you and just is there with you, but it doesn't necessarily stop you from living your life or feeling all the joy that you could feel.
And it's not honor to let grief be the only thing I feel, as in, so that she can know that I grieved her. She knows how I felt for her. She died knowing that, and that's enough. That's it. Yeah. Hey, that was it. That's been my Everest for sure. Navigating that and wanting to see life as something worth living.
I definitely think it's been a positive and impactful thing for you to share the month-on-month updates. I definitely know that someone out there who's going through something like this is encouraged by being able to hear how you're going through it, what you're doing to navigate, and the things that you're doing to make yourself feel better, and also just to feel. So that has been a great thing. I really
think
love that.
Grief is so painful and it's so confusing and it's so hopeless. And so sharing about it is extremely vulnerable, because this is the same platform where the people who hate me are
still there.
These are the same people who are going to come and find joy in my sadness and in my heartbrokenness. It's vulnerable to share. But if what I'm going through is people go through alone, I don't ever want that to be someone's story. If I can help it, I want to always offer my perspective, my resources. I don't want anyone to have to ever experience something like this without having someone guiding, as a guiding light. Jesus is Lord.
Indeed.
But anyway. That's been more, I would say my year has mostly been about surviving that.
Actually, after that, it's pretty much most of the things have been within the view of
context,
that lens. But that was not it. You also lost your grandma.
Oh, you're such an idiot. It didn't end there.
It didn't end there. There were more deaths in the year. I lost my uncle. Lid literally came onto the group chat. Wait, who died first? Was it my uncle or
it was first me? She, then it was Nancy's aunt.
Oh yeah, that was really heavy. Heavy. Nancy lost her aunt, who was like a mom to her, pretty much. And that was difficult. And she's such a core part of the team. So of course, when there's that heaviness there, it's throughout for all of us. That happened when we were in the planning stages of our Rwanda. Remember? We actually on that day had
pretty soon after.
It was on that day that we had actually had a meeting. Remember, we were at the meeting when Nancy called.
Oh my God!
And we had guys. When I tell you, we had plans this year for TMI.
Yeah, we wanted to do Rwanda.
And a TMI event. We were actually meeting. That was actually like our second. We had even contracted Shiro already. Yeah. At that point, it was already like, not sure. Then my uncle.
No. Then my shush. Then my shush died in June. Which is also like it's my dad's side. Just like she's from my dad's side, but although she is like literally from both sides. Like that's how it is. When that happened, I was like, enough. Like I now couldn't trust. Even right now, we are in November, right? The beginning. I don't trust that the year is gonna end without somebody else dying. Like I can't. Like I feel like I can't be fully like, oh, things are good. I'm not there yet.
But imagine what radical thought. Maybe that's literally what it means to be an adult now.
I do know, but it's so much anxiety.
It does, But I feel like now we'll have hacked it when we are able to recognize that actually people die and everybody dies and we are all going to die. And it's more, I don't know, maybe in some ways it's like it can make us super anxious, but in other ways it can make us live our most aligned lives, our most intentional lives, knowing that if every single time I see my mom, this might be the last time I see her, I'm going to act differently from just like, maybe next time I'll just talk to her or whatever kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like maybe you reach a certain level of course, people can die even when they are kids, or when they're young. But I feel like you reach a certain level of adulthood where it hits you kind of like in a very whoa kind of way. The fact that these people are not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be here forever. And you kind of just need to...
But it's mostly anxiety. It's mostly anxiety. And I don't like it, because you've got to have faith in God that, okay, fine, even if it does happen, I'll be okay, It's just the idea of going through it. Like,
and you have proof.
you have proof of how bad it feels. You know what I mean? What she did teach me that I'm gonna survive anyone's death. That taught me that.
Exactly.
Because I never used to think that if a tier 1 person in my life dies, I'll be able to survive. Turns out that I will.
Yeah, you are surviving.
My shosh was like, there was kind of, with all love, there was no time to kind of grieve it. Because it was 2 months after it just felt like, let her rest. Well, let's plan the funeral. I was actually supposed to go to the UK. I had to cancel that. I had to my concert for Beyonce as well. That's how I ended up missing Beyonce, because I wanted to go home to rest. But then now she passed, so then I stayed. We did the funeral, and then now I left.
You missed Chris Brown.
No, I missed Beyonce. I went to Chris Brown.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I think with Shosh, I don't even know if I processed. We had to go straight to acceptance, but at least with Shosh, we were kind of told like, this is the last ones. And then we saw them. I think me and she's husband were the last ones to see her, actually. And then I think 2 or so hours she passed away.
It was not out of nowhere. She had a stroke, and she had been in not really a coma, but it's like coma-ish state, kind of thing. So it's like, I think if it had gone straight from like, she's just here, she's super active, and then now nothing. She's died, that's really whatever. But I feel like that was that was definitely a
Then obviously now, because these are like a lot of deaths, that's why I'm saying then my dad gets triggered, because bipolar is like a stress disorder. So when there's too much stress, happy, good, or whatever, it can destabilize him. So there was a lot of that going on, hospital visits, admissions, like
I'm fucking tired.
That was really bad season.
Yeah, which even kind of is like ongoing still, because you're still, well, now he's out of hospital and whatnot. But I would imagine bipolar is like a lifelong managing.
Yeah, and there's not, right? And funny enough, he responds so well to medication. So it's like he can just go. If he's consistent with his medication, everything is fine.
Yeah. And now he's not drinking.
He's not,
which is fantastic. My dad also went through rehab and got out of rehab this year, which was fantastic.
Twins.
A canon event in female friendships, both having alcoholic dads.
Yes.
That is quite something.
It is.
Yeah, it was a lovely thing. He was in rehab a whole year, from last year August to this year, last year September to this year August, and he graduated, which is fantastic. It's been a couple of months now. He's been on the straight and narrow, which is great. My parents got back together. Yeah, I guess that's a high. I guess that's a high.
That's a long time to even be in rehab. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're happy. So I would say it's a high for them for sure. Okay. They're happy. And that's, so basically our family dynamics, like in that family, in my nuclear family, or what I consider my nuclear family, which is those guys. I don't know who these other guys are, but those ones, our dynamics have changed quite a lot now in this year, because like he had been gone for a whole year. Now he's come back. Now they're back together. So it's like, it's taking a lot of adjustment, but it's positive. I guess it's all a step in the right direction. Definitely.
Yeah, I get that. The way she's talking about rehab is like, Tuesday. Whereas for me, my dad has never even admitted that there was an issue until like now. And then like going through rehab, he went for 3 months. And I think I would shout out this rehab. It's called the Retreat in Gong. Yes, you're gonna pay an arm, a leg, and a kidney per month. But by the way, Shah pays like 67,000 of rehabs, a lot of rehabs
per month.
No, for like in the 3 months, 67,000, which is something.
That's quite nice.
Yeah, that is something. So it's literally the best rehab. I can't even explain it. It's like comfortable. They learn so well. I can see his insight and like the way that he's seeing things. But this is because he wanted to go.
Yeah,
I really got to emphasize that.
Thank God that he wanted to go.
And he's really, really trying. He's really, really trying. And there's a big element of his journey that I see is like, you just didn't have the tools. And I get that, but the two things can exist at the same time. This awfulness that happens and this responsibility that I really do not deserve or need or want. And there's also, he doesn't have the tools. Those two things really exist very clearly to me. But right now, what I'm seeing is a man who's really trying his best for himself. And I love that for him. Yeah. I do.
Yeah,
the most peaceful I think he's been.
Yeah, exactly. She even posted him on her close friends.
Imagine. He turned 63 the other day.
Yeah, really, really nice.
Yeah, our
that.
relationship is definitely improved, but
that.
from a peace, everyone's peaceful vibe.
Right. And that's all we can hope for at this
Listen,
point in time.
it is.
Fantastic. Even me with my relationship with my dad, it's like, yeah, there's no late night calls or like, money being asked for, whatever, in the middle of the night.
Right.
We are in a good place.
Love that.
Yeah. Wow, that's quite a lot. Woof. I feel like how long have we done? Don't say an hour.
Okay. I'll just start with now the main ones now.
You've not done the main ones?
Yeah, so now I'm going to do the main ones then.
I feel like do the main ones.
Okay, fine. A big main one is that I don't have black tax. As we are speaking right now, there is no one who I need to send money for anything.
You pay education for someone?
No, I don't. Not anymore.
The one you said?
Not anymore.
So if you help others, I give you some of the black tax I'm carrying so that you can.
No, there is a boy who I school. I took this initiative from Victor Peace's foundation. So that's I educate him, but that's not black tax. That's just charity. Yeah. So I don't. There's nowhere I need to be sending money every month.
Am I feeling resentful about that?
I get why.
Yeah, it's making me a bit angry.
Yeah,
I need time to process that.
I get why. That's okay. Yeah, I get why. So that's been a huge blessing. Yeah, because my show, and I guess my show is the one where a majority of my black tax was going, to be honest. It's like, that was kind of it. Like for like about consistently now after she had a stroke, we needed a nurse, we needed like different kind of foods. The setup was all different. So that was it for me, like the majority. But of course, my dad still. Whereas now my dad is really trying, and he also gets his pension, so he's taking care of himself. So yeah, that's it feels amazing.
How's your cousin, Manjera?
She's great.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's doing great. She's doing great in school. She's just managing herself really well. Yeah, I have so much hope for her. She's creating content.
Good job,
yeah, I have a lot of hope for her. I believe in her so much. Yeah, she's going to do great things.
She has a really positive attitude towards life.
A can-do attitude, a very sense of strong responsibility over her life. Yeah.
Go her. Okay,
so let's just fingers crossed we do this. Not that I don't help my family. Like I send my show credit, I get her pedicures and manicures, things like that.
Yeah, but these are not black tax. The fun things, actually, it's so nice when you can be able to spend on those things. Then you even
birthdays for the kids.
Exactly, you're more likely to even spoil them. When now it's not like, we need this. You send this money for us to survive, for us to live. Yeah. No, I still have a lot of black tax. Am I doing anything to actively not be in that situation? Well, what I feel like I have done is I've taken steps to manage it, to have boundaries on it, so that it's not just like endless, send this, send this, send this. It's like, this is what I'm sending you a month, and whatever you need, you're going to need to figure it out under there. Do I still wish that I didn't have to do that so that people could live? I do wish that I didn't have to do it, but right now, while we have to, at least the boundaries are making it feel a lot more manageable. And like I definitely feel less anxiety around it, because it's not like, at what point do they call and say you need to send money for this, you need to whatever. I don't have that.
I totally get it. I hear people saying all the time that you should be grateful that you can take care of your family and all, and it's true. However, if everyone was able to take care of themselves, this situation wouldn't be here.
That's the ideal situation.
It isn't being called to because of vibes. It's because it's a must. That's the difference with the dynamic, And I still feel grateful that, because for example, it's like my show is no longer here. What an honor that I was able to take care of her the whole time, or at the last year of her life. That's, thank God, there's an element of that, but let's call it what it is. The people who they are parents and they've come from more stable dynamics financially, they're able to do more.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're able to do more.
Because everything has an opportunity cost. So whatever you're taking from here, even if it's that little 30,000, now in a year you've sent almost 500K.
And then we put ourselves possibly in the dynamic to be the same people, to do the same thing to the next generation, Yeah, it's tricky.
That's amazing. I think my highs are pretty finished.
Okay.
I have others, but they were small ones.
Okay. So I decided to start running like a mad human being. And I ran the 10K at the Stanchart Marathon, which was really, really exciting.
Insert pictures here.
And it was so good. I can't believe I did it. And I got my PB, personal best. And I will never forget that. And it really made me like life again.
That looked amazing.
It made me like life again. They're training and they're looking forward to something and they're running and they're throwing up, all of it.
God, I was asking T the other day, like, can anyone be a runner? Can anyone
She's a runner.
do it?
Kalenjins.
That's very
No, it's not.
typical.
T's dad actually said that Kalenjins are born with like bigger lung capacities.
But has anyone fact checked that? Because like T's dad said that
T's dad at his age ran 6 minutes a kilometer.
Right. Is that because he's Kalenjin or just because he is running?
No, I think it's gotta be from Kalenjin.
Guys.
T also runs like 6 minutes something.
That's
and
crazy.
it's like and also she's like, but she's running.
Yeah, no, she always looks super comfortable.
Oh
She doesn't
my
look
God,
like she's putting in any effort at all.
She is speeding. It's not because they're Kalenjin, but
yeah, exactly.
It's been so fun. Like, and also that's something that me and T have been doing together. So it's like just brought us closer. We actually want to travel for running.
For running. Also, you go and do like the New York Marathon or something.
Yeah,
that
Cape
could be
Town.
Really cute. Wow, that would be
Cape
really
Town
nice.
has another one. Yeah. So we'll see. Me, I'm still struggling to even recover since then. There's something because I have the metal plates on my leg. When I broke them, like when I broke it, sorry, it's there's an adjustment that needs to happen. I'm not feeling like the way I ought to be feeling. Yeah, but we'll see. I think I might take the plates out next year.
Okay. Did you speak to the doctor?
I haven't found his number. I can't find any of my documents from then. Yeah, but I'll find him and I think I'll get the plates taken out.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
I think my last big high is I enrolled into Harvard Med to do my lifestyle and wellness and lifestyle coaching program. It was the best thing I ever did because it taught me so much. As we were speaking here, I already had my first client and literally I think this morning she was just so like, exciting. We have like 5 inquiries. I'm like, pause, guys.
Wait.
It's Q4. It's a lot.
This is what you asked for.
Damn.
This is what you wanted.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited because it's helped me find my passion and this is what I really want. This is how I want to be able to help people and I'm excited to see what comes. Coach
That's
Lid.
Really nice. Coach Lid.
Yeah, and then you guys did my dinner.
Oh yeah, that was really fun. Just to celebrate her.
That was one of the best things that's ever been done for me.
Seriously?
I will never forget that.
Oh,
ever. Like I was so surprised. It's something I just put aside like, wow, I'm so loved.
You really are.
Yeah.
And it was so nice being part of that. And it's nice surprising someone who you're just like, this person deserves it. Have you ever been part of a surprise where you're just like, I don't know.
No. Have you?
I have, yeah. Just someone in a former life.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, really, she wouldn't even enjoy this at all.
Really?
Like it's just like, yeah.
Anyway, it was really fun.
I'm so happy that you've been able to finish that. Are you wanting to do more certifications or is that one?
Definitely. I want to do wellness in the workplace because that's a big problem.
Yeah. They also have it at Harvard.
I don't know if they have it at Harvard, but I'll check. No, they don't have it at Harvard. I've already checked. But no, I want to. I don't know where I'm going to do it, but I really want to do something with that. We spend majority of people spend most of their time at work, than at home. But when something bad happens, people are like, "What's going on in his personal life?"
Exactly, it's true. But actually,
what's going on with the home? What's happening with his boss? What's like
true.
The emotional culture there?
Yeah.
And I would like to be part of shifting the way mental health and wellness is seen in the workplace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about TMI now that we've been here talking for an hour.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, fine. Oh wait, one low that I hadn't mentioned was my uncle dying. I was going to mention that, but we had talked about
we're now
and whatever. It's like very many deaths. Yeah. But an uncle who is very, very close to me. My mom's brother passed away this year, and it was really difficult. It was painful, and particularly from the point of view of like supporting my mom because this was like her last surviving brother, and that was a difficult time for I think our entire family. He had been unwell for a while, so it's not like oh my god so shocking, but also at the same time it was oh my god so shocking. And for some reason I don't know why, it's like with sicknesses when you see like someone is getting better, then suddenly they
always happens that way.
Because it was the same with she was just like now she's kind of like exactly. Even your guka, I don't know, maybe it's like God does that at the end so that they can have the energy or like the lightness to be able to just like weather the last few days of their lives. I don't know what it is. But yeah, that was difficult. Also him, sometimes I just forget that he passed away and then I see a picture, I see something, I'm just like, by the way, he's not in the world right now. We are in the world and he's not in the world. So yeah, that was, I actually don't even know what month that was. Was that June, July? Maybe it was after your shosho had.
It was after because I was in the UK.
Oh yes, exactly. Yeah, so that was another low in the year. Actually, that was the main low. In my lows, I had only put one low.
That's the only one I could think of you as well. Yeah,
exactly.
That was a big low, but yeah, at least it was one.
Yeah, I'm grateful that it was just that one.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that whole season. Like, and also because I know you're the doer, I know what that is like.
So you know,
and then now afterwards is when you like, oh, you sit in it, and then you feel so overwhelmed. But I think you handled it so graciously.
I tried.
You felt it, you processed it.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I did. This year has not been a great year for me in therapy, by the way.
I know. What's that about, by the way?
I don't know. I feel like when I first started with my therapist, I was really like, yeah, I'm getting a lot. Then at some point we had kind of taken a break because I had like my therapy graduation. Then I remember, I think sometime, I don't know if it was earlier this year or sometime last year, I was like, I was going through a lot and I was like, okay, let's try and start doing every 2 weeks or whatever. Then we just started having like alignment issues of like, she's traveling or like, she's not able to make it. And then me, I like having in-person sessions. And in-person sessions, it's like you really have to make time to be able to be there. And then we had a few of those, and at some point I feel like I even stopped asking kind of thing. And then at some point I was like, maybe I need a new therapist because like the conversations are not the way like when Lydia says I talked about this with my therapist, I'm like, wow, I wonder if that's a conversation I would ever have with my therapist. Not because she's not a good therapist. I think it's just I think she has different strengths. She's very much a marriage and family therapist.
Okay.
She also does personal, but like marriage and family is her forte, really, like deeply. So whenever we have like our sessions with Zach, I really feel like, whoa, yeah, I've really gotten something out of this. But I've been feeling kind of like I want a different energy. So I'm supposed to start with Lydia's therapist.
I
but
don't
now
think you're ready for Lydia's therapist.
We're in November. I'm like, I'm at Ngoje to January. You know what I mean?
Like, to January. I promise you.
I don't have to start shaking tables.
No. My therapist is like, no, she is going to shake the tables. It is actually sometimes overwhelming, even for me.
You see, that's the thing now. I can't,
especially not in January.
In Q4, I don't know if I can have table shaking kind of therapy.
No, I promise you, you'll stop working. You will. You will stop working. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like now, so maybe January, I'm going to now just like get back into it because I definitely feel like I need the therapy.
I hear you, sweetie.
Yeah,
and I guess a high for me has been my therapist. I aligned with this new therapist. I was with my other one since 2022. And then I started feeling like, it's like I needed more kind of almost teaching. And then the therapist I have now is Sharon Case. And every time we used to speak with her, I was just like, hey, whoever that is spitting facts. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, let me try her. And actually what ended up making me like go fully on the other side is that my other therapist traveled for like 6 weeks.
Right.
That was it. So now this one is the one who I stuck with. She has neuroscience background, as I've said, and she's also in sociology. So she is a wealth of information. She doesn't pussyfoot around the bush. She says it exactly as it is, and we stick to like what things are. Yeah. And the way she says some things sometimes, I'm just like.
And initially, you had gone to her because of dating. It was like more dating focused. Remember?
We thought it was dating focused. Father ndio huyo. Money. Right now we are on money. Big time money. She's shaken so many things, but every single step of the way, I feel like I'm becoming more and more in tune with who I truly am.
I love that.
In the most incredible way. My confidence has tripled because we've been dissolving shame and fears and resentment. I literally walk around the world like, okay.
And then Lydia's personality has changed, by the way.
Completely.
She's not.
And especially with dating is where I can see, because that's where a lot of my wounding is. I feel so confident. I love her. I'm in love with her.
Okay.
Enough.
I think, Do you think she watches the podcast?
No, she doesn't.
Okay, fine, But if you are seeing this, Lydia is in love with you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done with mine.
Okay, let me say one more thing, but this is not like something to point to. It's more like a something. I've gotten clarity in everything in my life, and most specifically friendships this year. When you go through something as painful as grief, you don't choose who your family is out of that. When it comes to friendship, they choose themselves. They literally just assign themselves. And I knew already who are like my closest friends, and like I kind of knew where I had placed everyone. But when it came to grief, I was like, oh, okay. So these are the friends who are willing to go over and above, to check in, to sacrifice, to be present. And still the same ones who are more excited to celebrate me, and so it's made it very, very clear. I still have I'm still friends with pretty much everyone, but it's just it's now I know where to put my energy. I know where to put like my effort. I know who's for social and who's for fun and who's light and who's just like somewhere in the middle. I just have clarity on my friendships, and that's one of my favorite things that's come out of grief.
I love that. Yeah, okay, fine. So positive things all around.
Yeah.
From a friendship perspective, this year has been stretching.
Really?
When your friends are doing something, it's like you really have to dig deep to be the kind of friend that they need you to be. Although it's like, I feel like when a friendship is aligned, it doesn't feel actually that I'm having to like a sacrifice doesn't even feel like a sacrifice. It just feels like, this is what we need to do to be there for her. So like your is she dying and whatnot, Tebby giving birth, those are very big things. Being with somebody when somebody is giving birth or like, being around them in that season, it's a lot. But I feel like I like with every passing year, because for me friendships are still a very like newish experience of like what is a friend like. Sometimes even the questions I have in my head to Lydia I like feel very childish, but like to me they are like actual questions of like, so what would you expect a friend to do in this kind of situation? How do you think a friend would be in this kind of situation? But I feel like I'm learning to trust myself more and just go with like, this feels normal, this feels natural, it feels like I should call her, I want to check on this person, I want to whatever kind of thing. So it's been a positively stretching year for friendship.
And no, I thank you, because that is something which you have to like, your life kind of is affected, especially because we work together as well. It's like let's see how today's shoot go, guys. Bring plenty of tissues, like I can imagine it is. And I've always felt grace. I've always felt like I could take more time off. I could just say, guys, let's come back after a month. I've always felt that freedom, and I'm really, really grateful for that, especially
I'm so glad
in this year.
I'm so glad. Actually, maybe I was hoping you'd be like, guys, I don't think I can shoot TMI for the rest of the year. Guys, Lydia just can't do it. Let's not. Meanwhile, Lydia, 2 weeks later, I think I'm ready to get back to work.
Because I always feel like this thing is like bigger than me.
I know.
And I just feel this commitment like, oh my God, I can't just, what will Sweet Bree do if we don't work for 2 months? You know what I mean?
Yeah, she'll be so bored
Besh,
and tired.
We're her favorite podcast.
Exactly. She loves us. It's like she didn't even shoot any other podcast.
Liz on Instagram, in case anyone wants to know who we're talking about.
At Lumina Digital. Yeah. Follow and like.
That's the one.
And comment. And save. Thank you. Okay, let's do some TMI ones. I feel like we've been talking for ages.
Yeah. But since it's the last one of the year, guys, we didn't want to rush.
Europe. Okay, so TMI ones, the biggest ones that I can think of is 200 episodes, obviously. 150k subscribers, I think. Cindy Aubrey, we got 150k subscribers this year, Cindy. Huh? Well, we are almost at 150k subscribers. If you and your friends now can just like subscribe, we'll be at 150k. But even that 148 is really, it's a lot. Incredible. It's a lot, yeah. We have made more money this year than we have made in any other year. This has been the year of money for TMI. Like, God has been faithful.
I don't think we've actually paused and thought about money once.
Exactly, yeah.
All year.
And by the way, running a podcast is really expensive. It costs a lot for us to do. For every single episode, we are in 5 digits, okay? For every single episode that we are shooting, for it to be shot and edited and whatnot. Between that and our PA and our social media and everything that goes into like makeup, outfits, locations, like it's a lot, guys. And we have had more than enough this year to cover. Actually, this year has just made me feel like, wow, so aligned. The partnerships have been extremely aligned.
Amazing.
They have been consistent. Like,
it's I actually remember last year we said that what we want out of is to feel like TMI is like profitable.
Exactly. It's not just there. It's not just
good or like made or making money. It's like profitable.
It's profitable.
We are there.
Yeah, God has definitely shown us that.
Really, really
and
has.
The partnerships haven't just been like, oh, whatever. It's been like they are really aligned with what we stand for, what we care about, and what we love. And I'm so grateful to that.
And I thank God so much because what I see is like after all of the hard work and even sometimes all of like the backlash, these girls, just whatever, people who don't see the value in what we do, like you get a lot of that. But every so often after like all of this hard work, you're just like, wow. So even like we are still the platform where we can be able to help so many women, we can be able to have these incredible conversations and align with amazing partners. It's felt so worthwhile.
It really has felt so worthwhile. And especially the Spotify event. That was amazing. When I tell you that after what happened with we were ready to be like, there's no event happening this year.
Yeah.
Actually, it was not said. we had said, because we had been planning this and we were like, actually, we can't. We were actually not going to have any event this year. But Spotify came and they were like, you know what? Actually, it almost felt like
God.
What do you mean?
God
Yeah.
heard.
Because they're like, don't worry, we'll plan everything. You guys just come, show up on that day. And we literally did not plan a single part. Ended up being a bit problematic. But either way, it was lovely. And I'm so glad that we're able to have something that we could celebrate with you guys like in person. That was a really, really amazing. And to everyone who came, thank you.
Thank you so much. We were a bit hesitant because we've never done a live recording. All we've done is experiences. And like to start with experiences, and then now to go to a recording, we were actually apprehensive. But it ended up being such an intimate, well organized, like well done event, and you guys brought the energy. And now I know we never ever have to worry about like what type of event it is. You guys
are gonna show up.
You show up and you bring your energy, and that makes the event.
That is what makes the event.
It felt so worthwhile, and then minus the exhaustion of planning with all the details.
Yeah. Exactly. This is actually the one where we made more money than we made, other events. Because usually, actually planning an event is actually quite expensive, y'all.
It's very actually
expensive.
Really expensive. We mostly do it for you guys and for like the connection with you.
Not to make money. Really,
definitely
it's just more for connecting.
For money.
Yeah. But I'm so glad we were able to do that.
I'm glad.
Really, really glad we're able to do that.
And the fact that a huge achievement, even if it's not, it's the fact that we've been able to continue TMI. Despite everything that has come, we've still been showing up and doing this and creating content. And I think me and you are now leaning towards doing more meaningful content, more impactful, more like hard-hitting conversations. And as we said, guys, any topics that you guys think we should talk, or with the ones that you want us to talk about, things that even if they're a bit controversial, please put it down. And because we want to explore these topics which are like hush. We had been saying we're going to talk about abortion.
Yeah, glad that we did that before the end of the year. Exactly. And even had an expert come and answer the questions. That was amazing.
It's true.
Yeah, I also, one of the things I had put for TMI is that I feel like definitely this year has grown us, both in terms of our friendship and also just like the way our podcast is. And a lot of people have noticed it as well. It's just like the conversations are deeper. I feel like we've learned a lot this year. I mean, I've learned a lot about you.
You have?
I have, yeah. And I feel like you've learned a lot about me too. Yeah. I just feel like the conversations have been really, really great. I feel like there's a level of honesty, I guess, with every passing year of the podcast. It's just like the more comfortable we get on here, the more just the deeper, the more impactful the conversations are, and I've loved that.
100%. And I actually would say is that there's two things that are happening. By virtue of you becoming this person who you are like feeling more in your body, more confident, more you, then there's a different energy you're going to bring. Then the work I've been doing in therapy, which is like a lot of dissolving shame, fears, and resentments. And so I think in becoming better and like growing into more ourselves, what we are bringing is then going to feel different. And I'm really happy about that. And also I always trust that you're going to keep growing.
Thank you.
I trust that. So I just always know that your end of the podcast, you're always going to be doing what it is you can to enrich it.
Right. Yeah. Imagine you've been talking for 4 years, episodes for 4 years. 200 episodes you've been talking. How many minutes is that? Because on average, each episode is like 45 minutes to an hour. 200 hours. Oh my God. Yeah, sometimes shut up, but also don't, because guess what? We're making money.
This is it. I was always on the noisemakers list.
Now look, we're making money from it.
I was a visionary. I was just ahead of my time.
Yeah.
I was just ahead of my time.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been a really, really worthwhile year. Yeah. And shout out to our team. Bree, who was our social media, who sometimes I have teared up at the content that she's created. That our anniversary.
Yeah. And when it just comes up and you weren't even expecting it, I'm like, that's me and Lid.
I have teared up because of the content that she creates. She's incredible. She goes over and above. There's many ways that she extends herself beyond being a social media manager. No, she's not for hire.
Yeah, she's definitely
done.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Bree. Shout out to our PA, Nancy. Nancy is the... When, as you see the oils, when you see things being oiled well here, know that there is someone in the background.
She bought the oil.
She bought the oil. She brought the oil.
She brought the oil to the shoot.
Sometimes the wheel, she brings it to. She brings it too. We've been with her for such a long time, and it's been another great year. Lumina Digital, who are the ones who produce the lights, the cameras, how they set everything up. We've been together for so long. They used to post on Christmas.
Yeah,
we used to
work them like dog,
our ROD, and it's been another great year. So we have a fantastic team, and we are so blessed.
Exactly.
And then to you guys,
what can we
showing
say,
up,
guys?
always showing up. We don't know what to say, guys. We trust you. to always be there to like be helping make this brand what it is. And we do our very best to also show up and give you what it is that you like, the kind of conversations you want to hear, user generated content, which is like what you guys send us in, we do whatever we can to involve you because it does feel like a co-creation. So Inbetweeners, you're the best.
We love you guys.
And to you,
wow,
10 out of 10.
Thank you.
My partner through everything, the good, the bad.
Yeah. Never in the shooting of this podcast have I ever wished I was sat here next to anyone else. Ever. Yeah, ever.
Double yes.
I'm telling you, I love you so much. Yes. I love making money with you. I love talking to you. I love how our energies just bounce off each other. Yeah. Everything has been phenomenal.
It has been so good. Another year.
Another year.
Good. Yeah.
One thing this year has taught me is like, in my head, I want to be optimistic and be like, Inbetweeners, wait for next year and see all the things we're going to bring. What this year has taught me has just been like, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that we're here. We have made it to the end of the year. Both of us are still here. The lights are still on. The podcast is still running. I'm grateful for that. That's grateful enough. For that. Yeah. For next year, tutajulia hiyo mbele sasa. Yeah.
It's true.
But we hope that you guys have a fantastic Christmas break. Oh my God. Christmas break. Yeah.
Great December. Great January.
Great January, guys. We'll probably be back February.
We will be back in Feb.
Yeah, we'll probably definitely be back in February. But remember, follow us on socials because we may once in a while pop in, give you a picture of, let's say, our nails, December nails. Now you won't even know our December nails if you're not following us on social media.
Please do follow us, guys. Yes. We thank you. We appreciate you. If there's anything that you feel like is pressing and you want us to talk about or discuss in 2016 or an idea, is there an event idea or whatever, please share because we really do listen to you guys and you help us sharpen all of this,
Absolutely, yeah.
And thank you, God. Thank you, God, for another year. And we will see you in 2026. Bye. Do a sweet montage.
Always telling people about montages. Never the one who's contributed to the montage. In slow motion.
It's so hard.
And then I laugh.
To say goodbye.
I've done it in slow motion for you guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.